Hello there, and welcome back to The Witness. So, we return to this treetop paradise that we've come to explore here. And last time we left off, we stopped at this way. There was 3 different ways to go. There's a puzzle here. We've been working on these puzzles that have to do with matching these twin-like symbols up. You have to try to keep them enclosed together. You don't want to separate them like I just did. That's a no-no. But you have to try to keep them together. And it looks like with this new puzzle, we're going to have to try to get the tokens as well. We'll come back to this, because I'm pretty sure this is the next place we need to go. But I actually really want to explore these other areas, because, man, they look very cool. Alright, so let's work our way up around here. That whole bridge mechanic, the learning mechanic with the bridge, was just so cool last time. What do we got here? So this looks like it's a bridge, which leads to another section of the treehouse, but I don't see a puzzle here, so maybe it's something we have to activate up higher. Wow, look at this. Look at this. It's like 2 more levels up that way. Another series of bridges. Yeah, leads to there. Let's see. Alright, so... Wow, what is that? Looks like... maybe that's another set of bridges, but I'm not quite sure how to get there. Oh, you know what? That's where we were the other day with the... yeah, the glyph. So the glyph is on the other side there. That's the shortcut to get through that area. Okay, let's take a look here. Oh. Okay, so this is interesting. We have 2 more series of puzzles. Now, this series does seem to involve these... yeah, these symbols I'm not quite sure yet. I think that's further down the beach. Unlocking that knowledge set of puzzles. And this one, man, I don't know. Okay, so let's go ahead and give this one a try. So we know, because this looks like a teaching tool. This is a basic starting puzzle, but it's going to be a teaching tool. So let's see. This looks like it wants us to divide colors and keep the pairs going. So we have to keep orange with orange and purple with purple, I assume. But how is it going to work with this thing? I imagine we'd have to go... yeah, so you have to divide the colors, but you also have to keep them in the pairs, I'm going to guess. Can you keep them like this? Oh, okay, so you can... alright, so they don't count as being more than 2. The old rule generally is you had to keep them in pairs, but this looks like it works as if you can keep them more than a pair, but they have to be different colors. So, with this one, I think if we isolate these 2 and then allow these to be together, yeah, that should work. Alright. Okay, so with this one, can we just go ahead? Oh, no, we can't, because... yeah, it's going to cut us off there. This should work, though. Yeah. These pairs were separate, these pairs were separate, but you can keep these together because they're different colors. Alright, we're making our way here. Oh, man, I really like the idea of this bridge. As you're making progress, you're moving further and further forward. Looks like you can walk down there at the bottom of the swamp along the beach. Interesting. Okay, let's continue with this. So here, we want to divide these. Oh no, see, this is going to be a problem because, yeah, these 2 aren't together. Man, how are we going to allow these 2 guys to be... let's see, if we did this, that should work. Yeah. Kept these 2 separate, and then these 4 were allowed because they're different colors. Oh, now it's getting more complicated. We are making our way around, though. Oh, look. There's the laser. Holy crap, wow. Okay. So we actually do see the laser for this area. Getting to it's going to be probably pretty tricky though. Alright, let's continue our way along here. So this one, we can allow... Boy, this is going to be a tricky one, I can see already. So we can allow these two to be together as well as these two, but you know what, I think... I don't think so, because yeah, look, too many here. That feels like it's close, though. Let's see, if we cut this one off... So that can go like that, but then we're going to have too many there. Okay, so... If we just go straight up... We know that somehow it's going to have to go through here. So that works with that one. But then we've got an issue with... Yeah, see, this isn't going to work. How can we get... How can we get these guys separated? Oh, maybe just... No. How about this? No, I tried that already. That's 4, so that doesn't work. If we go down 1, and then all the way over... So that works for the bottom, but then somehow I have to separate... Oh, no, that's not going to work because we got too many there. It's not right. Just too bad. How about this? That cuts off those, which is okay. And then we can cut off these. Oh, that might be it. That looks right. Yeah. Oh, that was a tricky one. It's just gonna get trickier though, and man, I'm a ways from being done. Okay, so for here we can do that, and then we can do that, and then we can do that. That one was not as tricky. So the symmetrical ones are the easier ones. It's when they start throwing strange patterns at you that my brain has a hard time figuring it out. Okay, so for this, we've got 2 here, we've got 2 here. So that isolates those. Now, I've already gotten our 2 oranges, but what if we don't go straight for 2? What if we need to get a purple? That's 1 too many. Okay, so that's not going to work. Let's try this way. So, we've got those isolated. Then we can isolate these, but then we've got an issue there. Okay. How can we avoid that? Can we avoid that? I don't think so. We're going to end up with at least 1 there, so I don't think that's the way either. Alright, how about this? How about we just immediately separate those 2? We'll get rid of them right away. Then we can go there. That separates those ones. And then we can go... Oh, man, I feel like I'm close. But I'm short. How about that? That should work. Yeah. Uh-oh. Okay. So now they're throwing 3 colors at us. Okay. Fair enough. This first one should be... Oh, now this is tricky because they all need their pairings, but I'm not sure that I can deliver them all intact. How in the world? Okay, let's see. If we go around here, that cuts off green. I feel like that's pretty close to what you have to do, but obviously that's not right. There we go. Okay. So the purples had to be isolated. What in the world? Okay. So 2 and 2, 2 and 2. That should be okay. Yeah. Because you can have 3 pairs, but they have to be different colors. Alright. This one requires us to separate that one and oh no, that's not gonna work. Okay, so obviously those have to be separated, but then I cut myself off, so I can't do that. How about, no, that's not gonna work, because you can't have a set of 4. Ooh, this is definitely a tricky one. That leaves the purples. So what if we isolate them like this? No, that leaves those. So this, I feel like this move has to be made. You have to cut off this row. So this has to be your first move. I think. I mean, you can cut it like this. Actually, that might be the solution. Oh, no. Look, that... Yeah, you have to make this move, right? I don't see any other way you can go without making that first move. But then how about if we cut these guys off? And then cut these guys off. That should be okay. Yeah. Okay, so you had to go forward there. Alright. This one might be really easy. Yeah. What? Hello? Well, wait a second. Well... Hello? Oh! Look at this. Okay. Now it is odd that this bridge didn't extend anymore. It just like stopped. But look at this. There's actually a secondary exit. Both this way and that way. Can I make that work? Let's see. Can I get to one of these other exits? So if I lock these guys out there, I can go this way, right? Weird. Okay, so it keeps... These 2 panels are still part of the bridge, but it reverted them back this way. Okay, but we don't want to go that way. Instead, we want to go this way. Same solution, but we'll go this way. Oh, look at that. Oh man, the sound design is so good in this game. Okay. What is this thing? Looks almost like a guillotine or something. That's weird. I mean, obviously it's a bridge, but very complicated bridge. It'll be really interesting to see how this thing unfolds to complete that, if I can do it. So this was there another junction? Yeah, look, I could have gone this way as well. Let me try that in a second. Let me give this puzzle a try and see if I can get myself a little shortcut here. Okay, so for this one, I think I just need to go all the way around, right? That should be okay. It's almost like a trebuchet. Like a catapult or something. Yeah, like a trebuchet. It swung that counterweight around to lift this down. Alright, so here was my shortcut. I can get back, easily access the fortress from here. We do have this glyph. Still need all these guys. Looks like I've completed the ship. Yeah, look at that. This one I'm pretty sure has to do with something out in the water that I was looking at, and this one is all in the castle. This one must be in the castle as well, because this one was, or maybe it's slightly outside on the road or something. Okay, so we opened up our shortcut. It's very interesting getting here. Look at this. There's another light that plugs into this. Wondering how you get that other light to activate and what would it do. Nothing obvious. I'm just out of pure curiosity because this game fascinates me so much. I want to see if you can go this way to the right. Let me see if there's a way that I can make that solution work. That should do it. Whoa, look at this. So it's actually like stacking back on itself, rotating. How cool is that? That is really, really cool. So there was, I mean, it's very experimental, but there's like, depending on which exit you took in some of these, you could determine the way that you accessed this island. That's so awesome. Was there anything else on this? Like, how do you activate this other light? And would it matter? What do you gotta ask yourself? I don't think so. I think this was just unlocking the shortcut for this area, and we have completed that. So, I don't quite know what these symbols are yet, so we gotta hold off on that. We'll come back to it. It's a lot of stuff we gotta backtrack to. Not just terrain puzzles. There's all kinds of interesting little mechanics in each of these areas, little bunkers and stuff that we have to try to figure out. Okay, so there's multiple ways to go still. Let's go up this. I mean, look at this crazy looking misshaped tree. Spiral staircase. Wow. Look at all these different little, they all look slightly different. That's what I really love about this. Each little treehouse here is just a little bit different because it's organically built around the tree itself. Ooh. Okay. What is this? So this thing. A timed door. Haven't seen. This is interesting. I haven't seen very much timed stuff. Very, very interesting. Because that's one thing in this game that we haven't seen a lot of is, I mean, it's all been puzzle-based. All been very cerebral. Hasn't been any timed things. Or anything having to do with, I mean, I guess besides maybe the castle and running along the bottom floors to activate the puzzle, that seemed like the only, like, sort of athletic thing, because you had to have kind of precise movements, but nothing timed yet, so it'll be interesting to see exactly what that mechanic involves when we get there. Okay, so, in the meantime, this next puzzle looks like we have to collect tokens, and we have to match these two stars together. So the stars have to stay together. And we have to... Alright, so obviously that's not right. Because we gotta collect the tokens. That should be okay. Yeah. So you have to collect the tokens and keep your stars together. As a pair. Fair enough. So that's not going to work because that's separating them. How about this path? That cuts me off from the exit. If we go around, that will cut them off as well, so that's not going to work. This might work. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So for this one, We have to find a way to get all the tokens while keeping those two guys together. That should be easy enough, and it was. Okay. Alright, so with this one we have to... Oh, this is going to be a trickier one. Okay, so let's grab these two first. Then we'll grab those two, and that should... Yep, there we go. Okay. This one... We'll go ahead and we'll keep these two guys... Oh, no. Okay, hold on. We've got to try to keep some of these guys together. So these two can stay together. Alright. And then these two, we gotta try to keep together. How am I gonna do that exactly? Because you cut your exits off if you do this. And that keeps them together, but... Right, how about we just do this? We cut these off here. Go for this one. Get these two, yeah. Alright. Made it. So. Working our way up here. God, what a cool environment to have these series of puzzles. I mean, that's really what this little game is about, is doing a cool set of really intuitive, interesting puzzles in an environment that's just, oh man, it just fuels your creative juices, you know, your imagination. Look at this building. Look at the odd angles and the way that it really feels like it was just like organically built. Uh-oh. Okay, now they're throwing tricky stuff at us. So, here we've got a mix of our star-crossed lovers and our divided black and white squares. So, we have to divide these two, but keep the stars together. Okay. So... yeah, so they don't have... The blocks don't actually have to fit together. We just have to make sure that they're not in similar squares. Like, that's not gonna work. That won't work either. No, these two. Okay. So we definitely need most of our blocking action to be done vertically. I think I was overthinking that one, because I mean, I knew kind of what... Whoa, what is this? Wait a second. These aren't... They're changing up the colors on us. Interesting. Okay. But the mechanics should stay the same, right? In theory. Okay, so the stars still have to stay together. And the colors still have to be separate. So... yeah, it's not going to work because those two have to be separated. Okay. That should work. It does. It's interesting when they change up just slight little mechanics. It's the same puzzle, but with a color difference, yeah, it really messes with your head. Okay. Again, they're changing the colors, but the shapes are the keys here. Colors are not the key, shapes are the key. Okay, let's see. Oh, that's not going to work. Gotta remember, brain, remember, we have to keep these like that. Yeah. Oh god, look at this. Okay. We can do this. Colors have to be separated, so these two can be together. So can those. And then that is okay there. That should... Oh no, okay, we got a problem. Too many stars. So we need to separate those stars, but we also have to separate these colors. There's the trick. Okay. So this can just go like this, right? There's nothing that says that that can't be. Oh, no, no, no. I made that mistake once already. That is definitely not it. It's got to be close to being it, though. Okay, what if we did something a little wacky here? What if we did this? And then did this? No, we got another color break. Alright, how about if we swung out there? No, it's not gonna work. Oh, no. How about that? Nope. We need some sort of block in this area here. So that's okay. But then I get in trouble here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that works. Okay. Boy, that was a tough one. That was a little trickier. This is the last one, and I imagine this one's going to be really tough. Okay. So, we got some issues with some broken panels. Let's try to feel out why doesn't this work? Okay. This doesn't work because there needs to be something here. Okay. Then here we've got the issue with this split. So this is the same puzzle as this one. Why can't I just repeat that? Oh, because you can't go through here. So this is the problem here. If you go around here, you cover up this, and then you cover up that. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's one too many there. What if we did that? Oh yeah. Okay, there we go. You know that any enemy is tracking your movement from a distance and waiting for you to come out of that cover on the other side. Many times you'll want to double back on yourself. They'll move their scope ahead of where they think you're going to emerge. Doubling back doesn't allow them to lead their shot, and most times they'll miss.